Following the disastrous storms over the weekend, I was determined to get out and take some pictures as soon as possible. Luckily, Monday dawned fine and bright, so after lunch, Em and I set off on foot for a stroll around Churchtown. Turning left, we headed west towards the roundabout at the centre of our shopping universe. After traversing the most dangerous roundabout in the world, we passed the newly opened Box Tree Kitchen Cafe, which has now become a volunteer establishment run by the Queen's Court Hospice. Safely over the roundabout and continuing west, we pass the first batch of shops, consisting of the solicitors, the photographers, neither of which we have yet to frequent. Next comes a pair of beauty salons, one for the adults and one for the kids. Em had used the adult establishment in her quest to find the ultimate hairdressers in the area. I believe the current count stands at 10. Next, we pass the Queen's Court Hospice charity shop, where, to date, our search for a forgotten piece of Clarice Cliff has eluded us. Now we see an odd pairing of shops, one for the grooming of animals and one for humans. I wonder which are the easiest to handle. Next we see one of the two butcher shops in Churchtown. If you read his sign, he's offering butchery night classes. The mind boggles. Now we come to one of the larger emporiums, Pillow Talk, selling bedding and the like. Next to Pillow Talk is Pete's Place. You can guess what he sells. Now, with Lloyd's Bank on our left, we have arrived at the hub, the junction of roads leading in and out of Preston, Southport, the beach and Churchtown. Just around the corner from Lloyd's is a bakery, with Churchtown interiors and a flower shop. Across Cambridge Road is a largish spa mini-market. Glancing across the junction is the road to Preston, some 18 miles away. To the left on Marshside Road, which leads down to the sea, you will see a flower shop and a dry cleaners. Crossing the junction in a northerly direction, you can see the newsagents, one of the barber's shops, a motorist shop, and one unknown other shop. Around the corner, after the newsagents, is a financial services agency, another ladies' hairdressers. I don't know if Em has patronised this one. Our second bank, Santander, the optician, the chippy and the vets. Crossing over Preston New Road, we see the Tesco Express and petrol station, and next door the dentist. Moving back up Cambridge Road is Millie Moo's Cafe and Boots Chemist. The chemist is conveniently situated next to Churchtown Medical Practice, which we patronise with ever-increasing regularity as we age. The large hoarding is on the side of the physiotherapy establishment, which is next to the solicitor/estate agent combo. The final building before Cambridge Road bends left towards the Botanic Gardens was the NatWest Bank, which has now gone west and closed. I have no regrets, as it ate my credit card once. Heading up Cambridge Road, which is lined with large Victorian/Edwardian villas, the last one of which has a memorial garden alongside. This whitewashed cottage is one of the originals from the 1700s. Across the road is the back of the newly refurbished Bold Hotel. Next to the cottage is the Conservative Club, which we haven't yet patronised. Moving into the tree-lined square, we come to St Cuthbert's Church, which dates from the 1700s. Since coming to Churchtown, we have attended a couple of services. Now moving around the square is the church hall, and next the Hesketh Arms, which is named from the local landed gentry who occupy Meals Hall, the Hesketh's country seat. One of the Heskeths was a patron of Formula One and helped the late James Hunt achieve the Formula One World Championship. Across the road at the start of Botanic Road we see Claude's Bakery and Restaurant, who we used to patronise but stopped after a couple of dodgy meals. Across from Claude's is the front of the aforementioned Bold Hotel. Unfortunately, Botanic Road is in decline, with at least 8 of its shops closing since we arrived. Here we see one of the original thatched cottages which intersperse the shops. It too dates from the 1700s. We have patronised the deli in the past, but not often. This small DIY is somewhat overpowered by Checkers at the end of the road. I believe the hat hire shop does well at Grand National Week. M says this dress shop is overpriced. This is another one of the many ladies' hairdressers in the area. The dog boutique must be new. We haven't seen it before. Below stairs is the antique shop. I priced a banjo in there once and tried to sell him one of my camera lamps. No success, I'm afraid. This is another cafe we tried when it opened a couple of years ago. It proved too rich for our blood. Got a cracking candid shot of a customer trying on a bra in this shop at the last Carol evening. It's in one of my shows. Angels is a knick-knack shop, yet another failed lamp customer. This is the closest DIY shop to our apartment, but only used in an emergency. Across from Checkers are a pair of restaurants, one serving pizza and pasta and the other tapas. Both are licensed. When we arrived in Churchtown 4 years ago, La Tabella was known as the Botanic Restaurant and the closest thing to fine dining in Churchtown. Unfortunately, it closed and eventually reopened as La Tabella. Guess what? M doesn't like pizza or pasta. Next to the restaurants is Churchtown Carpets, from whom we have had quotes but found too expensive. The last shop still open on Botanic Road is the chiropodist and nearest to us. Well, this is the end of my circular tour around part of Churchtown. There's lots more to see, maybe next time. The final shot shows our apartment block alongside the newly tarmac road and the communal lounge festive decorations.